Right now, new orders from Governor Evers, his request to Wisconsinites to slow the spread of COVID-19.
Plus, Veterans Day looking a little different this year. How you can still celebrate our troops while staying safe.
And before you head out the door this morning, you'll want to grab the jacket. All the full forecast coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and happy Veterans Day to all of those who have served out there. We honor you not only today, but really every day, so thank you so much for your service. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. The coronavirus continues to surge across the country. Now, 10 months into the pandemic, nearly 1 out of every 33 Americans has tested positive for the virus.
10% of those cases reported in just the last 10 days, leading to record hospitalizations. In the U.S., more than 60,000 people are currently being treated for the virus in a hospital. That's 2,000 more than the previous record, which was set back in April. The U.S. is currently averaging more than 1,600 new hospitalizations a day.
Here in Wisconsin, more than 2,000 people are in the hospital right now seeking treatment for COVID. 156 of those patients are in Dane County. That's a new high. UW Hospital currently has 7 COVID units. They're making facility changes right now to build an 8th. Dr. Jeff Pothoff says that means fewer rooms and staff to work on non-COVID patients. He says it's a balancing act, helping those who need care immediately, regardless of the reason.
Every day has been just a little bit worse than the previous day, you know, if that trajectory continues on, we will be in a situation where we're making decisions about less than ideal locations to take care of patients who have COVID-19 in the not too distant future.
UW Health sent 2 patients to the alternate care facility near Milwaukee. SSM Health sent 1. Meritor Unity Point hasn't sent any.
Wisconsin also had a record number of new COVID-related deaths yesterday. 74 people were added to the state's total. Pepin County reported its first death, meaning all of the state's 72 counties have now at least had 1 confirmed death. There were more than 7,500 new cases.
As the state breaks its own pandemic records, Governor Evers is urging everyone to stay home. In a new executive order, he recommends that everyone self-quarantine unless it's absolutely necessary to leave your house and to avoid gatherings with anyone outside your household. Businesses are also advised to encourage staff to work from home as much as possible.
The surges we see, the new cases, the hospitalizations, and the deaths, these are not foregone conclusions. They are predictable and preventable. That means the fight against this virus is winnable, but only if we fight it together.
The governor's order, though, more of a suggestion. We'll explain the lack of teeth behind it coming up in our next half hour.
The governor's order comes as new research shows limiting indoor capacity can significantly reduce COVID infections. A study using cell phone data finds that crowded indoor venues like restaurants and gyms accounted for about 80% of cases in the early months of the pandemic. One of the study authors tells the New York Times that restaurants were by far the riskiest place to go, with new infections happening there at a rate 4 times higher than gyms or coffee shops.
The CDC now says masks both protect the wearers and those around them from the coronavirus. Previously, it was believed that mask wearing helped prevent infected people from spreading the virus to others. But the CDC now says cloth masks are able to block virus particles exhaled by the wearer, as well as blocking incoming infectious droplets from others. The agency cited a number of studies that found masks reduce the transmission by more than 70% in some instances.
6:03 right now. I'm Josh Ryder with meteorologist Hattie McLean, tracking the tropics right now on the west coast of Florida. Still getting slammed this morning.
Yeah, certainly. We're talking about Tropical Storm Ada, which continues to move through the Gulf. You can see those bands of rain affecting the western edge of Florida. Now, this storm has already dropped copious amounts of rain in some spots. Take a look at this. Some areas have received over 4 inches of rain. Pretty widespread 1 to 3 inch rain totals for the southern tip of Florida, as well as parts of the Keys. Now, the storm system has been on kind of a crazy track over the last several days. You can see making several landfalls, sometimes backing over itself. itself and then starting forward motion once again. Now the storm is expected to hug the coastline through the day today, make another landfall as a tropical storm somewhere in the northern part of the panhandle of Florida, and then move back out into the Atlantic. So again, not done talking about Tropical Storm Ada. Will make landfall on Thursday. By contrast, things are much quieter around here. It is feeling more like November. We had a week of 70s and 60s. Those temperatures are gone. 32 in Madison, mostly cloudy skies right now. We have a westerly wind just at 8 miles an hour. Those winds were pretty gusty overnight, but they are diminishing already. Temperatures across the southern part of the state pretty close to the freezing point in most locations. A couple of 30s in the Dells and Camp Douglas, but otherwise most areas starting right around 32 degrees. Weather track shows you cloudy skies across southern Wisconsin, but that clearing line working its way across Iowa and Minnesota rather quickly, now right along the Mississippi River Valley. So look for these clouds to clear as we go through the day. Lots of sunshine in here for the afternoon. Future track wind speed will show you a west-southwesterly wind today around 8 to 15 miles an hour. So a little breezy at times, but definitely nothing close to those winds that we had last night. Our temperature trend today is going to take us back into the mid-40s. 45 is our high on this Veterans Day. We're looking at temperatures that are pretty close to normal for this time of the year. It might be hard to remember what normal is after that mild stretch that we had, but take a look at the extended forecast. 40s and 50s right into next week.
Much different forecast than what we've had lately, Hads.
Certainly is. At least there's a lot of sun in there.
Oh, there we go. Always got to be positive. Thank you. 6:06 right now. We've got some breaking news overnight. An Albion man is in jail this morning after allegedly trying to kill his roommate. Police were called to Lake Court on Lake Koshkonong yesterday afternoon for a disturbance. According to police, 19-year-old Matthew Webb stabbed his roommate multiple times with a knife. The victim taken to a local hospital, but later flown to a Madison hospital with serious injuries. We're told he is expected to survive. Police later arrested Webb in Janesville. He's in the Dane County Jail this morning facing a tentative charge of attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Also breaking this morning, Fitchburg police looking for 2 suspects after a smash-and-grab burglary. This happened just after 1:30 this morning at the Capitol Petro on South Cyene Road across from Swan Creek Park. Police say 2 men broke in, stealing cigarettes and cash. One suspect said to be a man wearing a gray shirt and blue jeans. The other, a man wearing a black sweatshirt and black pants. They have not been identified. If you know anything, call Madison Area Crime Stoppers or Fitchburg Police.
6:06 right now. A new study out of the UK this morning says school closures and restricted movement is causing kids to regress in basic learning skills. The government report shows that some children without good support structures have lost some key skills in math, reading, and writing. Some have even forgotten how to use a fork and a knife. Some previously potty-trained younger children have lapsed back into using diapers. Older kids, meantime, are displaying signs of mental distress with an increase in self-harm and eating disorders.
With uncertainty in the world right now, the pandemic is putting a lot of stress on people. And with winter on its way, those feelings of anxiety could get worse. Dr. Brian Wieland, a clinical psychologist, says nearly 75% of conversations with his patients are related to the pandemic. And some who don't have a history of mental health issues are now showing signs.
People who haven't ever struggled with mental health disorders are now feeling pretty overwhelmed with all the changes or with everything going on, all the uncertainty, and now do need criteria for various mental health conditions.
Dr. Wieland says it's best for people to take their minds off the pandemic by shutting updates off from your phone and trying to get into a daily routine. He also says it's a good idea to vent with others about your frustrations and concerns.
Due to COVID-19, this year Veterans Day will look a lot different than years past.
News 3 Now's Taylor Lazenby joins us live at the Wisconsin Veterans Museum with how we can still celebrate. Hi, Taylor.
Hi guys, good morning and happy Veterans Day. We are here inside the museum, but that's just one of the many things that Wisconsinites have in store for them online and through other different capabilities due to COVID-19. And joining me now is Mary Kohler. She is the secretary of the Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs. Good morning.
Good morning, Taylor.
So can you just tell me what some of the things that your office is doing for people today for Veterans Day?
Well, I want to recommend that everyone go to with vetsday.com and see our many offerings. There's so much to take advantage of on the site. There are stories of Wisconsin veterans that they can learn more about their neighbors who served and live in their communities. There's activities for children. They can learn about the stories of our residents who live at our state veterans homes. Check out the site. Also check out the Wisconsin Veterans Museum site, the many offerings through the museum, including the virtual cemetery tour that continues. Again, a way to learn about Wisconsin veterans and those who have served our country.
Did you have any difficulty planning some of the events with COVID now in place?
Our Memorial Day events helped us learn what we are capable of and how much more. So I'm very excited by the team of professionals at the Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs and the Wisconsin Veterans Museum. Always thinking out of the box, as we all have to now, for how we can provide services to people to learn more about their Wisconsin, again, the Wisconsin veterans who are their neighbors, who have served our country, and find out what their story is. Start by online and start by asking your neighbor, can you tell me a little bit about your service?
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Kohler. We really appreciate you coming in this morning. And guys, we're going to have more information on how you can experience Veterans Day right here in the museum from the comfort of your home. Reporting live at the Veterans Museum, Taylor Lazenby, News 3 Now.
Taylor, thank you.
6:10 right now. Let's take a look at your first warn traffic on this Wednesday morning as you head out. We start with a look in downtown where we're seeing a couple of slowdowns along John Nolan Drive near the Monona Terrace, East Washington, also kind of slow near the Capitol. Right now, the rest of Madison looking like this. No other major problems. Let's take a look at those speeds on the interstate and the Beltline. We are moving around the speed limit at this time. So great start to this hump day. That's your first warn traffic.
6:10 now. Coming up, tens of thousands of Wisconsinites are still waiting for their unemployment benefits. An update on filings from the Department of Workforce Development.
And 2 days out from the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign, we'll tell you how you can help out without leaving your home. Stay with us.
The design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Hey, Culligan, got a water pitcher for the fam. Pretty safe, huh?
Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas a Culligan reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
Not going fast enough. Just done with that.
Let us help you create your family's recipe for health. SSM Health and News 3 Now are making it easy by putting all the ingredients right at your fingertips. With topics like healthy habits, nutrition, and mental well-being, there's something for everyone. Visit Channel 3000's Time for Kids page for advice from SSM Health experts.
And catch fresh and informative reports on News 3 Now.
Take time for kids with SSM Health and News 3 Now.
Medical bills, missed time at work, life-changing injuries, household expenses. When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. But we've dedicated our personal injury law firm to help take this crippling burden off your back. Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
That's right. You can buy a 2018 Chevy Cruze starting at $11,995 for $185 per month.
Going Cars is family-owned and operated for over 50 years.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Updating your home? Looking for that fresh new piece? See what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. Discover one-of-a-kind finds and discounts on appliances, furniture, and building supplies. Whatever your project, do yourself a favor and visit Habitat Restore.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
We're back at 6:14. Breaking news at this hour. We're learning several people are injured after an explosion in Saudi Arabia. French officials say an explosive device hit during a ceremony commemorating the end of World War I. Several countries had representatives at the ceremony. This is developing right now. We will bring you updates as we get them in this morning.
Still no decision on Madison's 2021 capital or operating budgets after 5 hours of public comment overnight. The State Journal reports those comments were mostly related to police funding and a federal grant on the table that would help pay for 4 new police officers. Some asked the Common Council to deny that grant and focus instead on communities of color. Others pointed toward the recent increase in shootings in Madison as a reason to take the grant and expand the department. The council will pick the conversation back up this afternoon. Altogether, the budget is more than $500 million.
More than a week after Election Day, President Trump is still refusing to concede the 2020 race for the White House. The Trump administration is blocking Biden's team from accessing federal agencies and funding needed for the transition. Still, the process is moving forward. Talking to reporters in Delaware, Biden said he hopes to announce his cabinet picks this month. Meanwhile, the president's legal team continues to pursue claims of widespread voter fraud in courts around the country. President-elect Biden is calling their efforts, quote, an embarrassment, but said the president's actions wouldn't affect the transition. In the closest of races, Georgia and Arizona, the president trails Biden by just about 12,000 votes.
Quarter after 6, developing overnight, we're starting to see some more images of storm damage after severe weather rolled through southern Wisconsin last night. These pictures out of Kenosha this morning. You can see strong winds pushed over these trees there. In Walworth County, officials believe the wind also caused some electrical poles to snap. Hattie's out on the Hattie patio with a look at the forecast today. And Hattie, these pictures going right along with a lot of the storm reports you're seeing this morning.
Yeah, a lot of wind damage and wind gust reports coming out of southeastern Wisconsin yesterday with that line of storms that moved through. The National Weather Service said they are not planning any storm surveys, but they are going to be gathering reports this morning to discern if these were straight-line wind damage or weak tornado damage. So keep an eye on that as the reports come out a little bit later on this morning. But you can see that those reports were mainly south and east of Madison, south of Janesville as well. 24-hour precipitation, even if you didn't have any winds, you definitely saw some rain, and chances are that rain came down pretty heavy for a short time. You can see that many locations picked up over an inch of rain, just shy of an inch here officially at the airport in Madison. At the station, 1.1 inches of rain by 9 o'clock last night. So a pretty wet event, heavy rain totals for this time in November. Now things are much quieter right now. No precipitation in our forecast today. You'll want to bundle up though. It definitely feels like November outside this morning. That wind still has a little bit of a bite to it. Temperatures are in the low 30s. So remind the kids they'll need the jacket and the extra layers today. They'll probably want mittens and a hat as well. Temperatures will start out in the low 30s this morning. Some clearing for the afternoon, which is good news. High temperatures though only at 45 today. That's much closer to normal than we've been for the last week or so.
Feeling about like what it should outside this morning, Hattie?
Yeah, it does feel like November. You got to bundle up.
All right, thanks. 6:17. As the pandemic continues, people out of work are struggling to get unemployment benefits.
We can't buy cleaning supplies like we need to. We can't buy toilet paper like we need to. We're sitting here on the verge of being kicked out of our place in the middle of a pandemic.
Tens of thousands of people across the state are still waiting for unemployment benefits. Some of those waiting filed back in April. The Department of Workforce Development says it's processed more than 92% of the unemployment claims filed between March and October. That still leaves nearly 76,000 people waiting for claims to be processed. Now, our affiliate in Milwaukee has repeatedly reached out to and been denied by the DWD for an interview. A spokesman for the agency says they're adding staff and working to provide better training. He also listed off several things they're looking to implement.
All week, we've been telling you about the Salvation Army's added need for donations this year, with more families needing help during this pandemic.
Even with Governor Evers' request that everyone stay home as much as possible, as Christina Laurie shows us, there are still plenty of ways to help out without leaving home.
The Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign has been a holiday season staple for nearly 130 years. This year's bell ringing season starts Friday, and as you might imagine, the ongoing pandemic has increased the number of homeless families here in Dane County and intensified the need for the Salvation Army of Dane County's services. Yesterday, we shared how you can donate your time and register to ring for a 1 or 2 hour shift at ringbellsdane.org. Today, we want to share several ways you can financially give this holiday season if you're able. Of course, there's the standard donation, chipping in loose change or a few dollars at the standard Red Kettle stands outside local grocery stores. But if you don't carry cash, you can use the virtual tap to pay option on your smartphone. This year, you can give without even leaving your couch by creating a virtual kettle on the Salvation Army's website.
This virtual kettle will allow them to create their own bell ringing opportunity there. It could be at their house. It could be, out in a park. It could be anywhere they want to do it. And they film that, and then they basically go out and share it through their social media outlets and encourage their friends and coworkers and that to come on and donate on that site.
Kettle Pass pins are back this year, too. You can buy them in $20, $50, and $100 increments on the Salvation Army's website to show bell ringers you've already done something good and donated. And something else that's also new this year, you can place a bid on an auction item as part of the Salvation Army of Dane County's online auction. Some of the items up for grabs include a new Glarus brewing basket, very Wisconsin of them, and a framed Giannis Antetokounmpo plaque. Remember, the Salvation Army of Dane County is working to raise more than $500,000 by Christmas Eve, so anything you can give will help local families in need.
Christina Laurie, thank you very much. Still ahead for us on this Wednesday morning, we'll tell you about a new backup plan for if things don't go as planned in the kitchen this Thanksgiving.
And coming up in our next half hour, money from the Federal CARES Act is coming to an end. What this could mean for Wisconsin if another bill isn't passed. Stay with us.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
'Tis the season to be jolly. Okay, not quite, but it is the season to get prepared for the holidays. Barnes can take the stress out of setting up your holiday lights so you can enjoy the season. Putting up those lights and taking them down is now safer and easier than ever. Get started today at barnesinc.net.
It's Black Friday now at A1 Furniture with savings up to 40% off our everyday low prices and amazing doorbuster deals. Get this 6-piece dining set just $7.99. Plus, get 48 months free financing on purchases over $9.99. Black Friday on now at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
You love your business. Every day, you coddle it, pamper it. Maybe the growing pains were hard, but you put everything into it, nurtured it, and fed it so it would grow. It's only natural that you'd want to protect it with the right insurance. Pamper your business with a policy from West Bend and wrap it in the cozy warmth of the silver lining.
Being a good father is important to me. So being diagnosed with advanced non-small cell lung cancer made me think of all the things that I wanted to teach my kids. My doctor said I could start on Keytruda, so I did. With each scan, things just got better.
In a clinical study, Keytruda offered patients a longer life than chemotherapy, and it could be your first treatment. For non-small cell lung cancer that has spread, Keytruda can be used for adults who test positive for PD-L1 and whose tumors do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Keytruda is not chemotherapy. It's the immunotherapy used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other. Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have new or worse cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, nausea or vomiting, rapid heartbeat, increased hunger or thirst, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in urine or eyesight, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, confusion or memory problems, fever, rash, itching or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have lung, breathing, or liver problems.
Before I'd think of the stuff I might miss. But now with Keytruda, we have hope.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
That's not bacon. It's sausage.
Whoa.
Behold, Johnsonville sausage strips. Sausage that looks and cooks like bacon. It's a meaty miracle. Find them in the bacon section, even though they're sausage.
'Tis the season to be jolly. Okay, not quite, but it is the season to get prepared for the holidays. Barnes can take the stress out of setting up your holiday lights so you can enjoy the season. Putting up those lights and taking them down is now safer and easier than ever. Get started today at barnesinc.net.
We're back at 6:24 on a Wednesday morning. Jolene sharing her morning with us. Take a look at that reflection off the water.
Boy, she's pretty.
Cool.
Crystal clear water. Can't tell what lake that is.
There.
I would kayak there too.
Yeah.
Leah, would you kayak there?
Oh, yeah. I think this might be the Wisconsin River.
Look at that. You can
Could be
see the
wrong.
leaves in there too. Just very fall picturesque.
Looks beautiful.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing, Jolene. If you've got a picture of your morning, please send it over to us on our social media pages. Well, if you're worried about burning the turkey at Thanksgiving this year, Whole Foods is teaming up with Progressive to offer insurance for your Thanksgiving meal in case the cooking goes haywire. The promotion amounts to a free $35 Whole Foods gift card to customers who, quote, commit a turkey cooking fail. The idea is that coronavirus restrictions forcing households to host smaller gatherings, sometimes featuring inexperienced family cooks. So if yours winds up overcooked, undercooked, burnt, or dry, you can submit a claim with a receipt, brief explanation, and a picture to a special website.
Boy, I could have used this once or twice.
Have you burned the turkey before?
Not burnt, necessarily overcooked. Yes,
Are you
absolutely.
the designated turkey cooker
I always
in the
cook
house?
the turkey every year.
Really?
Yeah, for like the past 10 years or so.
It's a fine
I'm always
line,
doing the
isn't it?
cooking. It is. You don't want to open up the oven too much because you'll end up cooking it longer. That'll dry it out. And like basting, not basting, that's a whole nother conversation.
Basting. Oh,
That
boy.
Butterball hotline is going to be very busy this year.
It always is.
I
Quite a
hope they
popular
added some more lines.
Well, people are, I mean, we're all so picky too, right? You just want everything to be just perfect, and if something is not, then you're going to upset someone, so it's...
Yeah, but don't worry, you won't have any friends or
I was
family
gonna
there,
say,
so it's
yeah.
okay.
Just your significant other or kids, that's all it is this year.
Yeah, my kids are going to want that insurance for every meal if I tell them about that. Here's a live look from the Edgewater Sky Camera to downtown Madison. A lot of clouds in the area, just a sliver of daylight on the horizon. Temperatures are starting in the 30s. We're headed to highs in the 40s.
We'll be right back, folks.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Right now at Hy-Vee, buy a ham, get a free turkey for your holiday gathering. That's right, buy a ham, get a free turkey. Buy a Hormel Cure 81 boneless ham for just $3.99 a pound and get a honeysuckle white turkey for free. Only at Hy-Vee.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving and other benefits, like emergency roadside service, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
At Fearing's Audio Video Security, we know your family's safety is your top priority. We are a Wisconsin-based home security provider with over 23 years of experience. Beyond offering superior home security, we have the opportunity for you to make a difference in the world. Fearing's will donate 10% of your monthly monitoring to Schools for Haiti, so you secure your home and help educate, feed, and clothe children in the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere. Learn more at fearings.com.
You were always the responsible one, so much like me, always taking care of everyone else. But this wasn't your responsibility. I already took care of the arrangements. The Ryans made it so easy. I didn't want you to worry about a thing. It's my last gift to you. my lovely daughter.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Take your day from good to great with Perkins Great Plates Under 8. Get big flavor and even bigger savings with a stack of pancakes, our magnificent 7 breakfast, big bacon BLT, and more. Made fresh for just $8 or less. And always served safely, whether you dine in, order online, or get it to go. Nothing sweetens the season like a fresh baked pie from Perkins Holiday Bake Shop. Reserve yours today. Order now at perkinstogo.com.
Right now at Hy-Vee, buy a ham, get a free turkey for your holiday gathering. That's right, buy a ham, get a free turkey. Buy a Hormelcure 81 boneless ham for just $3.99 a pound and get a honeysuckle white turkey for free. Only at Hy-Vee.
Wisconsin, this is serious. The crisis is urgent.
Governor Evers issuing another executive order as the pandemic worsens in Wisconsin. Why it's less of an order and more of a recommendation.
And clearing skies in the forecast today, but colder temperatures. The full forecast is coming up.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, folks. Thanks for joining us on this Veterans Day. The pandemic is getting worse in Wisconsin, and Governor Evers is issuing another executive order, sort of.
Yeah, because of how court proceedings have gone against his previous executive orders, Governor Evers' hands are essentially tied when it comes to what he can do. So instead, the governor is strongly suggesting Wisconsinites stay home and only leave for things that are absolutely necessary, like getting groceries, prescriptions, or getting a COVID test. He's also asking businesses to take extra precautions to protect workers, customers, and the community.
The governor is using data from the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation to guide his decision. It warns 2,500 more Wisconsinites could die by the end of the year if no more actions are taken to slow the spread. That would be double the number of deaths Wisconsin currently has. Hospitals in our area are starting to feel strained. They're sending patients out to West Allis to be treated at the alternate care facility set up at the state fairgrounds. UW Health has sent 2 patients. SSM Health has sent 1. Meritor Unity Point hasn't sent anyone yet.
I'm Josh Ryder. Developing right now at 6:31. There's another moving piece complicating the state's response to the virus. Money. The Federal CARES Act funding expires on December 31st, and unless another pandemic relief package is passed, the state will have to foot the bill. Democrats and Republicans are still worlds apart when it comes to what the package should include. It's why things have been stalled on Capitol Hill. Republicans want a skinny $500 billion bill, while Democrats are sticking with their $2 trillion bill, which the House passed back in May. Governor Evers says he plans to introduce new COVID legislation to address the pandemic and make sure the state has the resources ready if we need it. He hasn't announced any details.
The state DHS says there are 300 more people in the hospital with COVID this morning. That leaves roughly 1 in 10 hospital beds available right now. Nearly 2 in 5 people who've been tested over the past week were positive. 62,000 people have the virus right now in Wisconsin. Despite the growing cases and the strain on our hospital system, the state Supreme Court will hear oral arguments challenging the governor's statewide mask mandate on Monday. A Waukesha County resident asked the court to hear the case, saying Governor Evers is overreaching his authority by issuing multiple orders instead of going through the legislature. An analysis from WisPolitics finds that Wisconsin's legislature is the least active state government in the U.S. It hasn't passed a bill since April. The current mask mandate is set to expire in less than 2 weeks on November 21st.
Another local school district will be shifting to virtual learning because of an increase in COVID cases there. Starting today, the Marshall Public School District will move back to all virtual. That includes all special ed classes as well. 3 staff members are either symptomatic or probable cases at this point. 17 others are considered close contacts to a confirmed case. Kids will stay online through at least December 1st.
After 5 hours of public comment overnight, Madison City Council did not reach a final decision on its capital and operating budgets for next year. The State Journal says discussions largely revolved around police funding and whether to accept a federal grant to partially pay for 4 police officers. Many community speakers asked the council to deny that grant and instead invest in the city's communities of color. Several spoke in support of the police department, saying increasing shootings are why police funding should be maintained. The council will pick up the conversation again this afternoon to take on that $162 million capital budget and the $349 million operational budget.
Crime in Madison is increasing. If you just look at the number of shell casings police have found, that number is about to double the amount found in all of last year, and it's approaching 1,000. The number of people getting shot is also going up.
The metrics are all moving in the wrong direction, and it's, you know, pointing to a level of violence that I don't think any of us should accept.
The number of shots fired incidents is 75% higher than last year. Chief Wall says we've been lucky more people haven't been shot. 2020 is now tied with 2017 for the most shooting deaths in the city's history at 11. The fear is that trend will continue and more people will die.
Breaking overnight at 6:34, an Albion man is in jail this morning after police say he tried to kill his roommate. Police responded to Lake Court on Lake Koshkonong just after 4 yesterday afternoon. Officers say 19-year-old Matthew Webb had stabbed his roommate multiple times with a knife. That roommate taken to a local hospital, then transferred to another hospital by MedFlight. They are recovering from serious injuries this morning. Police later arrested Webb in Janesville. He's in the Dane County Jail facing a tentative attempted first-degree intentional homicide charge.
Now on a story we brought you yesterday, one person in custody now in connection to the shooting at Middleton's Quality Inn. Employees there say someone with 2 gunshot wounds ran into the lobby asking for help. 24-year-old Dante Gaines is facing attempted homicide and reckless injury charges now. The 30-year-old victim is expected to survive. Police say the two knew each other. And later today, the Stock County Sheriff's Office plans to update us on that investigation happening into a homicide at Devil's Lake. The body of 24-year-old John Craig Schmutzer was found on the Grottoes Trail in the park nearly a month ago. That update will come at 1 o'clock this afternoon. We'll bring it to you live on channel3000.com and on our Facebook page.
6:35 right now. Hattie's here with the check of your first warn weather forecast. When it rains, it pours, and boy, did it come down yesterday.
Certainly did. About a ½ inch of rain in what seemed like 5 minutes at my house. We had some pretty impressive rain totals. Take a look. Some of those purple shaded colors indicating more than 2 inches of rain was estimated by the radar map. A pretty wide band across southern Wisconsin, though, at least of 1 inch plus rain totals. Slightly lighter amounts in southeastern Wisconsin yesterday. Nothing showing up on the map, though, this morning. Things are real quiet across the area, and as we look across the state, all that snow, even in the Northwoods, has come to an end. So we're looking at a dry day today. Clouds in place right now, not able to see much daylight or even sunshine on the sky camera shots, but take a look at the back edge of the clouds working its way into Wisconsin now, far northwestern Wisconsin, starting to clear out already. That clearing line right along the Mississippi River Valley at this time. Look for those clouds to continue to clear out of the area through this morning. Our current temperatures statewide are definitely cooler than we were this time yesterday. We are in the low 30s here in Madison. We've been pretty steady at 32 degrees. La Crosse is 30. It drops into the 20s, though, for the northern half of the state. And Superior getting pretty close to the teens right now with 20 degrees. Winds are from the west. They have diminished, though. Those wind gusts in the 40 to 50 mile an hour range yesterday during the evening and overnight, but now those winds are much lighter. Our forecast for today calls for some clearing to take place this morning from west to east across the area. Our future track forecast model will show you mostly sunny skies by lunchtime today. Note the temperatures, though, in the low 40s, even upper 30s at noon today. So it is going to be a chilly day. We're looking at highs only in the low to middle 40s for southern Wisconsin. Staying pretty quiet, though, even this evening. Temperatures are going to fall back pretty quickly. We're down to lows near the freezing point once again tomorrow. Thursday will be a little warmer with highs at least in the low 50s. There is a chance for some flurries Thursday night, but no accumulation is expected. The rest of that forecast keeps us on the cool side. You don't see any 60s or 70s in the extended forecast. We're in the 40s and 50s.
Is that it? No more 70s? I think we're done for the year?
We might, yeah, I think so.
That's too bad.
We'll be lucky if we could hit 60 again.
All right,
We'll
back
just
to reality.
lower our expectations, Chris.
There you go. Thanks. 6:37. On this Veterans Day, under normal circumstances, the Madison Veterans Council would be hosting a ceremony at the state capitol. But because of the pandemic, the State Journal reports the ceremony has been canceled. Instead, the council is encouraging you to celebrate in a way that won't spread the virus. The State Department of Veteran Affairs also won't hold an event this year. But that doesn't mean there aren't socially distant ways to recognize this day.
News 3 Now's Taylor Lazenby joins us live from the Veterans Museum this morning with ways you can celebrate. Hi, Taylor.
Hi guys, good morning and happy Veterans Day. Joining me now is Mary Kohler. She is the Secretary of the Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs, and good morning.
Good morning, Taylor.
So what are some ways that we can still celebrate and honor those that have served during Veterans Day due to COVID-19? I know we can't meet in person for a lot of those, but what are we still doing to make sure their voices are heard?
Well, please check out our website, wisvetsveteransday.com, and see the many activities that you can be involved in, recognizing our Wisconsin veterans and their families and learn their stories. And also that you can participate, for example, at 11 o'clock this morning, the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month, the recognition of the Armistice, and ring a bell. Be a part of across the country recognizing Veterans Day, as we have for over 100 years in this country. But again, check out wisvetsveteransday.com. There's children's activities, there's historical references, there's many things to learn at that site. Also, the Wisconsin Veterans Museum has many virtual events that you can take advantage of. Learn about your neighbor who served in our nation's military. Learn about the sacrifices that they did, and learn about the fun that they had while they served in military service as well. This is a day to be thankful for veterans who have served our country. Let's observe it with appreciation for their service.
Perfectly and well said. So quickly, just what have we learned from Memorial Day that now turned to Veterans Day so we wouldn't have some of those same problems?
We had a virtual Memorial Day. We've learned so much since then, what capabilities we have, what we can share and do virtually, and that's why I really strongly encourage you to check out our websites. There will be something that you can find that will be interesting to you. There's so much to learn. There's so much resources that are available. We're in this museum that is closed because of the pandemic, but there's so much that the museum is offering that we can share with all ages to, again, learn about Wisconsin veterans and their service to our country.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for everything that you and your department is doing.
You're welcome.
Thank you, guys. Well, again, if you want...
Taylor Lazenby there. Thank you very much. Veterans Day. You can get some free food if you're a veteran at some area restaurants. The deals are for veterans and active duty military with ID or proof of service. Olive Garden is offering a free entree from a special menu. Starbucks will give you a free tall hot brewed coffee. Wendy's is offering a free small breakfast combo, and Dunkin' will get you a free donut. And veterans and Gold Star families can now access the country's national parks, wildlife refuges, and other lands for free and for the rest of their lives. Starting today, the National Park Service says entrance fees for the parks will be waived. This gives veterans access to about 2,000 public spaces. They just need to show a proper form of ID at the parks that charge entrance fees. Gold Star family members will need to bring a printed and signed voucher.
On this Veterans Day, we are starting out very quiet out on the roads so far this morning. To look at downtown, just shows a couple of trouble spots near the Milwaukee Street area, just some red showing up on the map there. Other than that, we're moving at posted speeds pretty much all around the Madison Metro right now and all of Dane County. No crashes to report this morning. Your drive time is moving in on all the main highways. We're moving at posted speeds. Let's take a live look outside right now as we wake up on this hump day. We are experiencing some colder temperatures than what we've had recently. Addie's going to have more about the temperature outlook coming up.
And Red Lobster is out with the new gift box of their famous cheddar biscuits. Whether it's a gift or in place of a traditional holiday meal, we'll tell you when you can start buying them. That's when we return.
I suffered with knee pain for almost 4 to 5 years. I wanted to have the Conformis after looking at all the different options. I think having the surgery with the ortho team is the only way to go. They all look out for you as a patient.
Get more home for the holidays now with the Brothers Maine Black Friday is Today sale. Shop online or safely in store to get up to 38% off and up to $2,000 back on qualifying GE Cafe and GE Profile appliances. Check out our Hotpoint top-load washer and dryer. Buy the pair and pay only $4.49 each. This is your Black Friday store for more, including free delivery. The Black Friday is Today sale. Hurry in today for more selection, more savings, and more home for the holidays from the Brothers Maine. Your local store for more since 1938.
I've always had jobs centered on helping people, but now with a nursing degree from Herzing University, I've made it a career.
Having a job was one thing, but having a career, to me, that meant something completely different. With a little hard work and a degree from Herzing University, anything is possible.
I'm possible at Herzing.
Fry Construction is celebrating their 25-year anniversary, which means big savings on home repairs and improvements. No job is too small or too big, and your safety is always our concern. Respected in the industry and voted best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home. And now, for a limited time, save 25% off gutters or insulation with a full roof, siding, or window project, all with zero down, 0% interest for 12 months. Contact Fry Construction today.
Hey, no cell phones at the table.
But it's Grandma.
Hi, Mom.
It's time to cozy up and have fun. Go ahead, give your home those new items you're craving for a comfy new feel. The time is right. It's Slumberland's biggest Thanksgiving sale in 3 years. You'll get an additional 25% off our already low prices. Get your look for less at the Thanksgiving sale at Slumberland.
Bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandma.
I suffered with knee pain for almost 4 to 5 years. I wanted to have the conformist after looking at all the different options. I think having the surgery with the ortho team is the only way to go. They all look out for you as a patient.
Oh, in the next Live at 4, we'll talk about the psychology of hope.
And Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will be along to answer your plant and garden questions live on the air.
UW Athletics and the Goodman Community Center needs your help providing Thanksgiving meals for 4,000 families.
Please consider a food or monetary donation.
We are grateful for any gift you can provide.
Donate at goodmancenter.org.
All right, we found this, thought we'd share it with you. Instead of getting your loved ones a traditional holiday gift this season, how about some food instead?
Food is always a winner in my mind, and Red Lobster out with a holiday gift box of their Cheddar Bay biscuit. The boxes are filled with a half dozen of the famous biscuits and will be available on Monday. You can order them for pickup or delivery. And if you don't want to cook for Thanksgiving, you could also buy one of the Red Lobster holiday party platters.
Okay, would you rather have a Cheddar Bay biscuit or breadsticks from Olive Garden?
Oh boy, that's a tough one. I don't know. I love them both.
There is cheese in the.
Or if you add in another one, the cinnamon buttered buns from Texas Roadhouse.
I've never been there.
Never
so
had
good.
that.
Oh
No.
my gosh, you guys are missing out.
I think I'll go breadsticks. Like the carb ratio might be a little bit bigger because they're longer, so I'm going to go with the breadsticks.
But then you could just put more biscuits in. You can make up for it.
I mean, if it's one breadstick versus 3 Cheddar Bay biscuits, I mean, it's the carbs. It's like, how many carbs can I get in my body?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it all, especially this time of the year.
Pondering the tough questions.
I know.
We are. Well, it's kind of feeling more like that comfort food outside. We have temperatures that are significantly cooler this morning. And take a look at this, some snow on the ground. Here's the current snow depth map. Northern Wisconsin has already had some snow. Most of that melted, but once again, they have a couple of inches of snow on the ground through the northwest part of the state. Nothing on the ground here, of course. We had just rain yesterday. Our forecast is looking pretty dry today, though. Doppler track not showing anything around the state. Here in southern Wisconsin, we're starting out significantly cooler. This is the change in temperature from this time yesterday. So it's 32 degrees colder right now in Janesville and Monroe than it was at this time yesterday. About 20 degrees colder here in Madison. You'll definitely want the jacket as you head out the door. Temps are only in the low 30s. Here's a look at our forecast, though, on this Veterans Day. Highs will reach 45 this afternoon. So definitely feeling more like November. We're talking a lighter wind, though, and actually some sunshine for the second part of the day. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk more about another chance for some snow, possibly here in southern Wisconsin.
Big difference compared to yesterday.
It certainly is.
6:47, stick around. The morning sprint is coming up after the break.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. We thank you for that, and we'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regular $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
Go Anywhere pillow is really comfortable, so that's what I really like. It's nice and supportive and it's nice and small.
The MyPillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the MyPillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com to get deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but so much more. For example, you get body pillows regular $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Everything is relative. Travel, for example. A trip to Stoughton might seem like a long way, but if you're shopping for diamonds, it's closer than you think.
Diamond Select.
Importers of shimmering diamonds from the mines of South Africa to the streets of Antwerp and Tel Aviv. They shop the diamond capitals of the world so you don't have to.
Diamond Select. Direct pricing saves you money.
On GIA certified South African diamonds.
Diamond Select.
Downtown Stoughton.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
The pandemic is getting worse in Wisconsin, and Governor Evers is now asking everyone to do their part to slow the spread.
It's not safe to go out. It's not safe to have others over. It's just not safe. And it might not be safe for a while yet.
The governor is issuing another executive order, but it's more like a series of recommendations this time. He strongly suggests Wisconsinites stay home and only leave for things that are absolutely necessary. He's also asking businesses to take extra precautions to protect workers, customers, and the community.
The DHS says there are 300 more people in the hospital this morning with COVID, leaving roughly 1 in 10 beds available statewide. Nearly 2 in 5 people who have been tested over the past week have gotten a positive test result. 62,000 people currently have active cases of COVID.
Starting today, the Marshall Public School District will move back to all virtual learning at all schools. This includes all special education classes. 3 staff members are either symptomatic or have probable causes. 17 others are considered close contacts to a confirmed case. Kids will stay online through at least December 1st.
The United Way of Dane County is offering free take-home coronavirus test kits. You can pick them up on Atwood Avenue today from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Each kit needs to be registered online, mailed, and sent back by the 18th.
Representative Robin Voss and Jim Steinke will keep their positions in the state legislature. Voss is Assembly Speaker and Steinke as Assembly Majority Leader. Assembly Democrats are also keeping their leadership with Gordon Hintz earning re-election as Assembly Minority Leader without opposition.
Developing this morning, we're still tracking the presidential race in 3 states as votes are slowly but securely being counted. In Georgia, President-elect Joe Biden's lead continues to grow. President Trump, meanwhile, still ahead in North Carolina. Even if that state is called for him, he would not have enough electoral college votes to secure the nomination. CBS News projected Biden as the winner on Saturday with 279 votes.
President-elect Biden says his transition team has all the resources it needs to move ahead, even though the Trump administration has refused to recognize the results. A Trump appointee will not sign the paperwork needed to start the official transition process. Biden says his team has already started, though, saying nothing will stop them from picking cabinet positions. President Trump is still refusing to concede.
Although Joe Biden is the projected winner, President Trump is planning for a second term. The president is instructing federal agencies to continue preparing for his budget proposal for the next fiscal year. That proposal is typically issued in February, which is at least a couple of weeks after the inauguration. The president has insisted the Democrats are stealing the election from him. His campaign, though, hasn't presented any credible evidence that would overturn the results.
Democratic and Republican election experts are debunking this claim. They say there is no evidence that fraud or any other irregularities have played a role in the outcome of the race. The New York Times reports the election process has been a success, despite record turnout and complications created by the pandemic. The Times reached out to all 50 states to see if they suspected or had evidence of illegal voting. 49 say there is no evidence. Texas didn't respond to repeated inquiries.
Do you have one of those Ring doorbells? Well, Ring is recalling 350,000 of its second-generation Ring doorbells because some have started on fire. Products have been sold on Ring's website and on Amazon between June and October. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the doorbells have burned 8 people and damaged 23 homes.
Don't put your morning cup of coffee in your Yeti this morning. The company is recalling 250,000 mugs with the magnetic slider lid. It says there's a burn risk. There have been several reports of the lid popping off when the mug is filled with something hot. If you have one, you can send it back for a full refund.
The DMV giving you some more time to renew your driver's license safely. They're going to waive late fees. People over the age of 60 now have until January 21st to renew their license. Drivers over the age of 65 have to renew their license in person. But you can go to this website on your screen to make an appointment to submit forms electronically to make that process faster. That site is dlguides.wi.gov.
Today is Veterans Day, and several area restaurants are offering some free food to honor the holiday. The deals are for veterans and active duty military with ID or proof of service. Olive Garden is offering a free entree. Starbucks will give you a free tall coffee. Wendy's is offering a free small breakfast, and Dunkin' will give you a free donut.
Checking in on the roads at 6:55 right now as you head out on this Veterans Day. We are off to a pretty quiet start. A few slowdowns popping up right now along East Washington Avenue, especially in the Highway 30 corridor. Park Street also looking a little slow. Looks like we're seeing some slowdowns along Rimrock Road near the Dane County Coliseum right now. Could be from the testing, people showing up there this morning. We can keep an eye on that as well. There, you can see your drive times as you head inbound, moving at posted speeds. John Nolan Drive, also seeing some brake lights heading into downtown. That's your first warn traffic.
And your first warned weather on this Veterans Day calls for cloudy skies this morning to clear as we head into the afternoon. You can see that clearing line working its way across the Mississippi River Valley as we speak. Winds are going to be lighter today than they were last night, which is good news as well. They'll still be from the west-southwest. As you head out the door this morning, it's decidedly cooler. Temperatures are starting out right around the freezing point. You'll want your jacket with highs just at 45 degrees this afternoon.
Thanks, Hattie. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you back here tomorrow.